There's a bunch of Black American men that have settled in Nairobi or settling in Nairobi, and they're making content around Kenyan women being soft, feminine, sweet, and they are being treated like kings compared to how they are being treated in America. And as a Kenyan woman, I'll be honest.
Talk to us.
Is the money, bro.
Okay.
Is the dollar that you came with from US Hey that is giving you that level of treatment. Let the dollar run out, Troy. Let the money run out. That's when you'll find out that Kenyan women can also be rude and disrespectful. You want to play with Nairobi dating scenes with no finance, Troy? It's not the accent that is sustained that relationship. It's not the bling bling. It's not the dreadlocks. It's not the fact that you're saying you're related to Kanye West. It's not the fact that you're saying you're former producer of Drake. It's not the fact that you're saying that you know Beyonce from the blog. No.
Hey, this video is titled Black American Men in Nairobi, right? So of course here we're talking about passport bros. And a bunch of chicks reacting to men who are in Kenya right now creating content, letting other men know, hey, over here we get treated like kings.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
It's not the hip hop songs. It's the fact that you came with a dollar sign. Let the money run out. That's when you will find out that in Kenya,
right,
money speaks multiple languages. I know they're not telling you the truth. It's not because you have the most charming personality. It's not the fact that you have a nice accent and you have, nice culture. Leroy, is the dollar. When the dollar runs out, that's when you'll find out the truth. In Kenya, we say, mapenzi ni pesa. Pesa ikiisha, mapenzi imeisha. Asanteni.
Mapenzi mupesa. Listen, I was born in Zambia, came when I was very young, raised here most of my life. I don't know what she's talking about there at the very end. I'm almost tempted to ask our AI assistant, Miss Coffee, what she's saying there, because she sounds like she was talking shit. We're not going to get distracted here. We're not going to get distracted. If it happens again, we're going to talk to Miss Coffee. So there are a couple of chicks who are making videos just reacting to passport bros in Kenya. And they were comments in response to this particular video from other Kenyans who are saying, yo, there are these African-American men in Kenya, and they're talking about how soft and submissive we are and how we treat them like kings. It doesn't sound like she was 100% okay with what she was hearing, but we'll break that down more later. Let's check out some of these comments in response to that video. First comment here reads, as an American woman, babe, teach them the truth. So we have an American modern woman here doing what they do best and shitting on the men from abroad. Nasty work. Nasty work. Somebody else here says, they aren't that rich, by the way. Oh, these chicks, they're out here talking shit. How you talking shit from a foreign country? I mean, these women are persistent. Somebody else here added, but let's be honest, most Kenyan women are nice and humble. This is a good point to start dissecting this. So I find it really interesting that when people, because, people have different opinions about the passport bros. And of course, the negative things get highlighted. Oh, passport bro dies trying to clap cheeks in Colombia. Is that stuff going on? I think it gets the most attention, right? But I do believe there are a lot of dudes in foreign countries who are just enjoying a new culture, one woman, right? Like what I mean is that they're settling down, trying to actually start a family. There are a lot of people. They're just not posting about it. And what she says there that I find very interesting is she says, you think it's about you, your swag, your style, the fact that you tell them that you're related to Kanye West or whatever, but it really just comes down to the dollar. And she says that like it's a surprise, when I honestly think that most men understand that that's a big part of the reason why they move to these other countries. It's not just about the women being less masculine, not embracing feminism to the point of their own demise and ruin, to the point where they're incompatible with the average man. No. They understand that there's a very real economic advantage to going to another country. On top of you being American, if you've ever traveled outside the country, you know that if you're an American, people tend to treat you a certain way, more positive way, right? But there's an economic factor that's definitely well understood from those men, and they understand that their money will go further. I mean, it's what's contributed to the crisis here in the States, right? You have women who, even though they have men who they can date and not struggle and live fairly comfortable lives with, they're not settling down with men right now. Why? Because they're earning more money and they want men who can not only support them, but also support a family without them having to contribute to major bills within the household. You go to a different country, the dollar goes further. They understand that. I don't think that's too complicated to understand. Somebody else here says, not Troy, with the laughing emoji. And that is our last comment. Now, I did find a couple of videos that I thought were pretty interesting, because this story got really interesting as I kept on looking here. And I want you guys to check some of these videos out. Let's go.
Love it. You love it out here.
I love it out here. It's a beautiful place. Y'all know I said a lot of things about it. I'm here. It feels like I'm actually where I belong, even though, I'm far removed from Africa, but still, I feel like I'm accepted here. That's like, I'm just part of society out here. That's what it feels like. And the women actually treat me like that, even though they give me a little bit of extra points by being a foreigner. But if you're a decent person, you will know how to use that to your advantage by just being a decent person. Plus, you don't have to, no one really is actually expecting much out of you out here. So if you come decent, from the American perspective, you're definitely going to be seen as someone of an established individual, and you'll be respected as that. And that's a huge plus. And I mean huge.
All right. Next video here.
I tell them that Nairobi is the New York City of East Africa. The plush and serene suburbs are right down the street from nightlife every day of the week. And Nairobi has that. And culturally, it's the epicenter of East Africa. So you have cultures from all over the world here, which is just like New York City. So for instance, I have a friend who has a Jamaican restaurant, right down the road from here.
I've seen a Vietnamese street food restaurant too.
Exactly.
Everybody's here.
So there's really you can get every food here. Economically, I mean, that's where Nairobi kills it, even compared to other African countries. Economically here, the cost of living and the quality of living can't be beat. It just can't.
Yeah. So what brought you to Nairobi in the first place?
Man, to be honest with you, I had a friend that retired military, and he lives out here. He's been out here for about 2 years, and he's been asking me to come out here. So I said, you know what, I'll come out here. And before I did my research, and I saw you dropping mad videos, man. I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what it's about. And I know you've done the comparison. You've already been to Colombia, and now you're in Nairobi, and you've been in Nairobi. So I'm like, you know what? Why not, man? I'm come out here and check it out.
All right. So, I see these videos of guys just pretty much giving their take on what it's like to date in Nairobi, and they sound like they're really enjoying themselves. Here's something that's definitely interesting to think about. If there was no social media, then you wouldn't hear about these stories, right? This has been going on for a very, very long time. You have people who've traveled to other countries. A lot of American men via wars have been stationed in a lot of countries. And, you usually hear the term that white men in particular were the original passport bros. They'll go to Asian countries and get those Asian wives and bring them back. But I think there's something about social media and this generation of us being able to film things and everybody being able to have a take about a particular situation that may change the narrative and opinions of a lot of people when it comes to this situation. This next video, we have a brother who's sharing about his experience in Kenya as a Black American after 12 months. Okay, a whole year. Let's check it out.
Has been my experience living in Kenya for the past year and some change. I've had ups and downs and turnarounds in Kenya. I would say my experience has been 80% good and 20% bullshit, pretty much. In a nutshell, I found out the Kenyan people to be cool, calm, and collect, but at times you will be tested. At times, somebody, you driving and somebody may hit your car. In that circumstance, my first time here, I got out the car. I was like, "What? What's up, man? What's up?" Dude start backing up. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But that caused me to learn certain dynamics of Kenya. For instance, there's a lot of things that are considered disrespect in the US that are typical in Africa. For instance, when you're in line, somebody getting too close to you. At first, when I first heard, I was like, back up. Then I seen that these are dynamics of Africans, like Kenyans.
All right, so that's that. Let's check out some comments here. Let's check out some comments. We've got more comments. This first comment reads, "Can you show us your tattoos up close?" And somebody else responded and says, "I see what you did there." So these are, chicks who are, I think these are Kenyan chicks, who are shooting their shot here. Samantha Okilo says, "Where do you stay?" She's ready. She's ready. She's ready. We got another Kenyan chick here that says, "I have a friend, Black American, and when we go somewhere, people be speaking in Swahili. He has to explain to them every time that he's not African, but people start looking at him. I'm assuming that's supposed to say like he's lying." Another chick responded back and says, "I know, right? I was about to comment, he should start learning Kiswahili. He looks more Kenyan than American." All right. I think that's it. That's all we have right there. Next video.
There's a group of Black American men who have been creating content about life in Kenya and then encouraging other men to leave the US and come settle down in Kenya for many reasons, including the obvious ones. Weather is great, it's not so expensive compared
So we've got, she brought up Austin Holloman right there.
the US, people are friendly, but more importantly, they're encouraging men to move to Kenya because of the women. They're calling Africa and especially Kenya the hope for masculinity and a man's paradise. They say that Kenyan women, number one, are very beautiful and attractive, but more than this, they say that women in Kenya are very feminine, soft, and submissive.
The thing is, Kenyan women are so soft and kind and feminine.
And women, their voices are soft, their voices are tiny, and the way they move.
Tiny voice, that's funny. Voices are tiny.
They're being treated like kings here without even having to put in so much effort, that they only need to send text messages at the right time. And these women, we women, are melting in their arms.
My experience, they kind of just melt in your arms. They kind of just fall in your arms.
She doesn't like that. She doesn't like that at all. All they got to do is just shoot a text and we just show up. She doesn't like that at all.
I don't really have to do much. I don't have to put in that much effort. The most effort that I have to put in is to send messages.
Oh, I know they were talking shit
at the correct times of the day and be consistent with messaging. As long as you do that, I don't see how you can not be successful.
Their main challenge is actually having to say no, picking and choosing, because the options of good women are too many. The applications are too many. They cannot believe it because they say
they've got to beat them off with a stick.
Women in Kenya exist in their femininity naturally.
I'll be honest with you. The most probably difficult thing you'll probably deal with here when it comes to dating is to not accept everybody that comes your way.
That is 100% fact.
To not accept, you can't just say okay. You can't just go. It's a completely different thing than the States, man. That's definitely the most difficult thing is to not accept all applications.
So they compare with women in America who they say are more masculine than they are feminine. They're disrespectful, they don't submit, they're not soft, their voices are loud. And all these points to the whole toxic masculinity movement which exists there. We're doing manly things, normal manly things, like being assertive, leading, making decisions is considered toxic. So the women there are existing in a lot of masculinity because in their words, they are fighting the manliness.
If my shoulders are broad out, or if I ask someone,
they're not fighting the manliness here, ma'am. They have become the manliness.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
We have some good. I'm not somebody who sits here and goes, all Western women are horrible. You never hear me say that. I'm not an extreme doomsdayer. You know, most times I'm pretty fair. There are good women, but do you want to look under rocks, right? Do you want to go on scavenger hunts? Right? That's the question for you. You need God on your side, and prayer will help. But you know,
it's heavy, and I might be seem like I'm too forward. Everyone just saying, excuse me, I was over here. And I'm being a man, like I'm first, I'm the leader, I'm in charge, I am a man. Here, that's respected. I feel like when I'm in the States, someone can call the cops on me.
In contrast, here in Kenya, they feel wanted, celebrated, appreciated, and respected just for being men. One of them was even saying that women in the US won't even compliment you so that they don't inflate your ego, but will in fact go out of their way to make you feel insecure about yourself. But here in Kenya, women are acknowledging them when they look good, when they work hard. They just love it here.
Matter of fact, I've heard some sentences from women for the first time ever in my life when I left the States. Even something simple as, wow, you're really hard working. Like you work really hard. Like, wow, you really are a gentleman. You really are this.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll never hear that in the States. In the States, they don't want to tell you anything. They don't want to give you the big head. They don't want to blow you.
They don't anything that's to make you feel good or boost your ego is like a sin for them.
Yes.
It's so crazy.
Yes. But when you leave the country, and as long as you just be what you are, the women will actually take notice and be like, wow, like you really, well, how are you singing?
Now, all this makes me wonder if this kingly
the way she has these cutoffs, bro, is pretty funny. All right, we can't deny.
treatment they are getting is because they are foreigners and Black Americans. I mean, if you tell me you're from New York or LA and you've worked with big hip hop artists from big record labels like one of them, of course my interest is piqued compared to if you told me you're from the Rakanivi and una hustle Nairobi. What you do is ma 1-2 in Nairobi. So are they being treated like this, like kings and princes because they're foreigners, or truly because we Kenyan women are soft, feminine, and submissive?
Okay. Wow. There's a lot to get into here. I'm almost curious, like, should I read the comments first? Should I go on to this next section of these videos? Because these next videos are crazy. Let me do this. Let me check out some of these comments first, because I think we're going to get some crazy comments here. Because the people who are commenting here are Kenyan. The Kenyan chicks were heavy in the comment section. So first comment here in response to that video says, which Kenyan women? With the question marks and the laughing emojis and the sad eye, like, yo, which Kenyan women are these men talking about? So obviously, this chick disagrees. Somebody else here added, our voices are soft and tiny. This got me. With the laughing emojis. No. Even I thought that was a hilarious description. Now, I do understand what he meant. And you find this across multiple cultures, is that depending on the culture, people have harsher accents in certain culture. People come across a little bit, you go to New York, you know what to expect for somebody who has that type of energy versus somebody who's maybe here in like California, LA. There is a difference. I understand what he meant. American women do have a different, more aggressive way of communicating. We've got another comment here that says, which Kenyan women are they talking about? We've got another comment here that says, red flag, red flag, red flag. This whole thing is just red flags. Somebody else here says, passport bros have just discovered Kenya. Watija. Okay, yeah, I can't read that because that's another language, but as promised, I said, if it happens again, we're going to have to talk to our AI assistant barista, Miss Coffee, because we need answers. We need to make sure we're not getting cursed out here, right? Miss Coffee, what does the following phrase mean? And because I can't say it, I'm going to type it. So again, we're going to read his comment one more time. He said, passport bros have just discovered Kenya. I'm not even going to... I know you're like, Chisha, these. No.
The Swahili phrase, watajua hawajui, translates to, they will know they don't know in English. It implies that individuals will eventually realize their lack of knowledge or awareness about a particular subject. This expression gained prominence as the title of a 2018 song by Kenyan rapper Khaligraph Jones, featuring Msupa's YouTube. In 2022, the phrase Watajua Hawajui was classified as hate speech by Kenya's National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC. However, this decision was later overturned by the High Court, which ruled that the NCIC had not followed due process in its classification. Kenyans. Overall, Watajua Hawajui serves as a cautionary statement, suggesting that people will come to understand their own ignorance or unawareness over time.
Okay. So they're saying they will find out the truth about Kenyan women, that they're not all that they're cracked up to be. Is that what's being said? Right? What exactly is being said here? Next comment here says, so corny. The one with long beard, always in my DM, hey, me, Apini Farasi. We're getting cursed out again. Well, not we. I'm just the host. Miss Coffee, what does this next one mean?
The Swahili phrase apana farasi translates to no horse in English. However, without additional context, it's challenging to determine the specific meaning or intent behind this phrase. In Swahili, apana means no or there is no, and farasi means horse. If you can provide more context or details about where you encountered this phrase, I can offer a more precise explanation.
So basically the context is there's a guy who slid into a girl's DMs, allegedly, and she said that he was shooting his shot in her DMs, trying to get her attention, and it sounds like she ignored him, and then she wrote apana farasi.
In the context you've provided, where a man attempted to get a woman's attention by messaging her directly, often referred to as sliding into her DMs, and she responded with apana farasi.
Yeah.
It's possible that this phrase is a colloquial or slang expression. However, based on available resources, there isn't a widely recognized Swahili slang term, apana farasi, that fits this context. It's worth noting that apana is not standard Swahili for no. The correct term is hapana. Apana might be a colloquial or regional variation, or possibly a typographical error. Farasi translates to horse. Therefore, literally, apana farasi would mean no horse. Given the situation, it's possible that the woman used apana farasi as a playful or coded way to reject the man's advances, perhaps implying that she's not interested, or that he's not the knight in shining armor she desires. However, without more context or a clearer understanding of regional slang, this interpretation remains speculative.
But Miss Coffee, did you have to do him like that? Did you have to go in on him like that? I did not appreciate that at all.
I apologize if my previous response was offensive or disrespectful. That was not my intention.
It's okay.
I aim to provide an accurate interpretation of the phrase apana farasi based on the information available.
Hey, it's okay.
If you have more context or specific details about the phrase's usage, please share them, and I'll do my best to assist you further.
Please.
Sources.
All right. Just watch it next time. Watch it. Somebody else here added, I'll take that as an insult. So now we're back to the comments, and these chicks are like, they're taking that as an insult because that means you see me as a fool. So here's the thing. No matter the culture, right? Because we got to put things into perspective. And this goes back to social media, right? What social media did is it put a microphone to conversations that both men and women would have not been privy to before social media, right? It kind of made a space or an opportunity for people to put certain things out in the open and say certain things. For example, when you're with your boys and you're saying, man, I just love it over here because I feel like a man. Your boys are going to look at you and say, oh, okay, yep, I understand. Or you say, oh, my woman makes me feel like a man. You know, she serves me. She rubs my feet. She pretty much would do anything I need her to. In front of your friends, you know, with your boys, those conversations, they get it. You say that with the microphone, what? Now you have the assumptions and people jump into the conclusion like Chisha Zed. What's going on? Reacting to the situation. And I just think that honestly embarrasses people. Like, these chicks are embarrassed. But the truth is, that's what men want, regardless, right? And the truth is, it's not really in a woman's nature to admit things like, I am the softer, more vulnerable woman, and I know it's what you want, but still, we live in a culture that's also starting to move over to overseas countries, you know, that the American culture of it's not cool to say that you are the feminine, submissive woman. Somebody else here says, run ladies, it's giving narcissistic behavior. So guys, moment of truth. Are the women in Africa, particularly here we're talking about Kenya, right? The country Kenya. Are the women more submissive or closer to that ideal standard of woman who men who value more traditional dynamics within a relationship are? Are they closer to that than American women? Absolutely. And don't let these women tell you otherwise. They can pretend. They can pretend all they want. Most of these chicks you see are on TikTok and they're trying to actually embrace that American culture, believe it or not. You see, it all comes down to ratios. Yes, feminism is infiltrating a lot of African countries, but when it comes to the ratio of submissive women who are raised up to be wives and those who embraced modern mindsets by actively pursuing it through social media, trying to emulate pop stars or whatever the hell they were allowing to corrupt their minds in foreign countries, those don't make the majority of the women. I believe the loud ones, the ones that are getting online and talking, right? That's not going to be the submissive one who really values that same type of traditional dynamic. She's low key. But yes, believe it or not, you do have sprinkle chicks in a lot of countries in Africa. How? Through social media, and it's powerful. Don't believe me? Check it out.
It's your boy Kid Greatness, and who am I here with?
Ashley.IUC.
For you personally, how much do you think a guy should spend on a first date?
Honestly, it's not in my. I never really thought of this question, to be honest. And when you ask me, I'm just like thinking about it right now. But I honestly wouldn't care to, as long as it's just to get me fries and I'm not a Shakisha. Sprinkle.
Oh, sprinkles? What is the sprinkles?
You heard it. You heard it, right? You heard it.
Okay, so you would be fine, like if a guy said, okay, it's our first date, let's do something light, let's go get coffee.
No.
Okay.
No
Okay.
coffee. Make effort.
This is blasphemy. No coffee? Are you kidding me?
But, spend within your means, but make effort.
Okay, what would you consider effort?
Something, take me to a nice restaurant, let's have some conversation. Don't take me over coffee. I have coffee in my house.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea. There's no wrong answer. All these answers are personalized. So where people can find you at?
On Instagram, you can find me at Ashley IUC, and everything else the same, Ashley IUC.
I've got coffee in my house, but do you have it in your heart? Do you have it flowing through your veins? Obviously not.
How you doing?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Sheila.
Nice to meet you. So, I'm asking the ladies out here, which would they prefer to date? A Kenyan man or a foreigner? You can be honest.
A foreigner.
You would prefer to date a foreigner? Have you dated a foreigner before?
No, that's why I prefer one.
Oh, you're curious. You're curious to date.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what is your opinion of Kenyan men though so far? Because I'm an American, so I'm curious about this.
Kenyan men.
Yeah, like I see you have like she has a bouquet of flowers, so she has somebody taking care of her. So I'm guessing you would say Kenyan men are romantic, or maybe something else.
No, they need to do better.
Really? Okay, how did you get the flowers? Then you have a.
They're for myself. I bought them.
Oh, you bought your flower. You bought yourself flowers.
Yes, because I deserve them.
Really? Okay. So none of your boyfriends have bought you flowers.
No. Nah.
You're lying. Not even for Valentine's Day.
No.
You're serious?
I'm serious.
So you wouldn't say Kenyan men are romantic? No.
They need to learn from foreign men because they're doing the bare minimum.
I'm sorry, Kenyan man. Okay, do you have TikTok, Instagram you want to promote?
Oh yeah, my TikTok is Sheila Munene.
Okay.
And my Instagram too.
How much money does a man need to make to date you?
Nowadays, 50-50. Help me, I help you. Anything that you can afford to have, you can date me.
Really? That's the first time I ever heard a woman said she wants to go 50-50 in Africa. Like, what made you change your mind? Because I thought a lot of women here would want to be like, the man takes care of the finance and she takes care of the home. What made you change your mind and say 50-50?
Supporting each other is a very big thing. If I support you, support me, we can go far. But if I depend on your pocket, cannot work, we can fail.
Okay. Listen, now we're about to find out how the women feel about the passport bros in Kenya.
Which would you prefer to date? An African American or a local Kenyan? Or let's make it easier. East African.
African American.
Why?
They're hot. Like, seriously hot.
They're hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they got the hair. I love hair.
You love hair. You love hair. I have hair.
Yeah, you got hair.
Maybe I can fit this profile. So, okay, what makes them hot besides the hair?
She said it.
The accent. And, they carry the American vibe. Yeah.
You like the American vibe?
Yeah, plus local Kenyans, nah. We ain't doing that.
Wait, time out. Why are we not doing local Kenyans?
She's throwing her own men under the bus, brother.
Because right now, local Kenyans are princess boys.
Princess boy? This is the first time what is a princess boy? Break this down for me.
The dudes who like being spoiled, bought stuff. Like, I'll open the door for him, buy him flowers.
Drizzle.
Take him out to dates.
Time out. Are you saying that Kenyan men want to be treated like ladies? They want the ladies to be chivalrous to them now.
Mm-hmm. Plus, they have this, like, female-ish attitude. If you, like, offend them, they'll make the pouty face and stuff. You being like that, and I don't understand why you're doing that. Seriously.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Hold on, a Kenyan dude's going through what dudes in the U.S. are going through, based on the difference of just them living in Kenya and them not being viewed as foreign. What do you guys think? Comment down below.
You dated a foreigner before?
No, I want to, but
You want to?
stop looking me like.
There's only space and opportunity, but yeah.
What?
Nothing. What? Are you shy?
A little bit.
A little bit. I make you nervous.
A little bit.
A little.
Oh, it's getting awkward.
Yeah, just.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna take this off camera, but where can the people find you?
Oh no.
On TikTok _red with double D's, and the same on IG.
Hey, let's move on. I don't want to,
I love blacks. I'm inspired by movies like Belia, Power, that kind of stuff. I'm into those kind of people.
Have you dated African American before?
Nah.
So you would be open to dating a foreigner?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, she said that with enthusiasm. This is why I love Kenya, yo.
Yeah, see those chicks who are leaving those comments, they're probably rolling their eyes here. Come on, stand up, girl. Yo, of course I'm curious to know what do you guys think of this whole topic and video. Don't believe people online except for me, right? That's the way I would do it. No, on a serious note, people will say things, and I'm sure those chicks who were acting like it's not the case. What do you mean, Shisha? That women in Kenya are softer, more compatible than chicks in the US? They don't know. They don't date the women here. If they were to come here, it'll only be a matter of time until they beef about some social issue on TikTok, and they have, you guys know how that goes, right? As soon as and they'll catch a gist of just how the culture is and how messed up it is, and I mean the whole landscape and culture here in the U.S., right? And they would understand fast, not slow. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. Listen, fathershaverights.com to get legal information from my guys out there who are soon to be engaged or soon to be married. You want a prenup? Make sure you go check out fathershaverights.com and consider joining Brew Brothers to access a community of men who value the nuclear family and fatherhood. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.